After watching many Hitomi Mochizuki videos and recognizing that the reason why I was feeling so pulled to them was because I wanted the caliber of connections that she had within her sacred sisterhood. I sat in my room in Brisbane one evening and manifestation journaled about how I wanted sisterhood and how I wanted that to feel and to look like in the physical. I didn't realize that I would be able to manifest those sorts of connections within 6 to 7 months. Once I really asserted to the universe that I wasn't going to settle for connections that were any less than what I feel I deserved. Looking back on my life over the last 3 years, I recognized just how lonely I was actually feeling, and how the defense mechanism I've had ever since I was younger of being fiercely independent, of putting on a brave face, of being strong, of asserting to myself that I was happy all on my own and I could do lots of things just by myself and have so much fun, and that I was completely fine. That was all just to block out just how much I was aching for the sisterhood as I do now and the connections that I have right now. And there are so many moments within my life where life just feels achingly, almost painfully beautiful and magical, because I had never imagined having the sort of friendships that I do now. I never imagined that I could feel so supported and understood and seen and met with so much unconditional love and non-judgment, and just share in this spiritual path with others, to be there to support each other in a way that we've never known, has been just such an incredible journey that I cannot take back for anything.
Hello beautiful soul, thank you so much for choosing to join me today. Happy New Year! Yes, happy 2023. I hope you all had a wonderful celebration, whatever you did, and had some time to reflect upon this new year and all the amazing, beautiful things of 2022 and all the challenging things of 2022. I haven't slept very well and I'm a little bit ill, but I really just wanted to post this video, so here we go. Simi and I did film this segment in Glastonbury together, but unfortunately we had some technical issues and this is the only footage that I managed to salvage from that time, so.
Testing one.
Hello everybody.
Like, I want to tell you, actually, my sister in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
she does that too.
Really?
She's
Oh,
like,
the dancing one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I received. I was like, okay.
Through the portal.
She knows. Sister knows.
She knows. This video is about sisterhood, but I thought for this segment I would specifically talk about my manifesting my sisterhood with Simi, who is one of my best friends and my dear soul sisters, who I had the absolute privilege of meeting back in Bali at the very beginning of my overseas travel, and I have traveled with her in multiple cities and countries since then. I know I have touched on this in a previous video, but I wanted to go into more, I guess, depth about how we connected, etc. So back in early June, I had arrived in Bali, and because I had been staying at guest houses and not hostels like I normally would when I travel overseas, I hadn't really made friendships. It was about a week in that I was starting to feel really lonely, and so as a girl's gotta do, not really, I went onto Bumble BFF, which I have never tried before. Those sorts of apps don't resonate with me. I don't like superficial connections. I don't like that you're basically judging someone and choosing someone based on how they look and very superficial qualities. But I figured it wouldn't hurt to try, so I got onto Bumble BFF. I made my profile as spiritual as you could possibly get, just to weed out all of those superficial connections. On the app, I connected with 2 people who I actually organized to meet in real life. The first girl that I connected with was a wonderful girl from Taiwan who was a digital nomad, and she had been traveling for a while. Lovely person, but we just didn't have like an instant connection. It wasn't like we clicked straight away. Because I made my profile as spiritual as possible, she was just asking me about my journey with spirituality and telling me about the spiritual people that she had connected with on the island. Basically, she told me that she was going to a cacao ceremony that evening and would I like to go? And I was like, yes, that's kind of what I've been looking for, so that's perfect. Show up to the cacao ceremony. It was held at Simi's villa, and she had invited a group of her soul sisters, and just the overall energy, the frequency of the goddesses there, just the sort of sisterhood and the interactions and the way everyone was precisely the kind of sisterhood that I had been looking for and had yearned for. So I was like, this is so aligned, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Fast forward to the day after, I hadn't spoken to Simi all that much one-on-one, and I needed to go to her place in the afternoon to return an umbrella that I had borrowed from her the day before because it was raining so heavily. I was scheduled to reach her house at about 5 p.m. She said she was going to be home around that time, and I thought to myself, if she had time and space, I would love to connect with her more and speak to her more one-on-one when I get to her place. But if it doesn't align, that's perfect. I'm surrendered to that too. As I'm on my way out of Ubud Center to walk the umbrella back to her house, I'm on the phone with one of my best friends, Andrea, and those two ended up traveling together like 6 months later and we all met up in Portugal together. But anyway, so I was on the phone to Andrea, I'm walking past this nail salon, and literally the second that I reached the door of the nail salon, Simi walks out and she was like, oh, yeah, I was just like thinking about you because I was about to go home, blah, blah, blah. I'm actually meeting up with my soul sister later for dinner if you'd like to come. And we hung out then and spent hours talking with our other soul sister, Wing, who I absolutely love, and we've kept in touch. We met up in Bangkok as well, but that's a whole other manifestation synchronicity story that I won't go into just for this video. And the next time that Simi and I hung out also with Wing, we were at Zest, I think it was, which is this super woke, you know, cafe restaurant in Ubud where all the spiritual people go. And I had noticed that there was a couple sitting opposite us, and the woman there kept looking over at us, and it was very clear to me that she wanted to connect with us and have a chat. After a while, she ended up striking a conversation with us, and basically Simi and I both channeled messages for her because she was, you know, starting her spiritual journey sort of and asking us for recommendations. And then after that, Simi and I were channeling messages for each other, and Simi just turned to me and asked, do you want to start a podcast together? And lo and behold, the podcast idea was born. It's been so wild for both of us because at the time I had been calling sisterhood and really yearning for it specifically for about a year and a half, and Simi had always wanted that sort of a connection, but she'd never really had it like growing up and into adulthood either. So for both of us, throughout this whole journey, we've both been so grateful to have each other and our other soul sisters in our life, and we're constantly just like, I am so grateful. What is this crazy existence that we're living? What are these manifestations and these synchronicities and these crazy magical adventures that keep coming our way? We're all here for it. We're totally here for it. I think that's everything that I want to say. So I hope you have a wonderful beginning of the new year. Thank you so much again for joining me, and I will talk to you in a jiffy. Sending you so much love. Bye.